Big Brother is yet to become a grandparent, is yet to become a grandfather. Because what do you mean in every corner something is going on? Like literally, this side Tram and Tram and Temi. This side we have Bells and Yusuf, and we're like, Big anytime soon. At this point, I'm going to say Biggie should stop giving them condoms, or maybe give them after pills. Like literally the pills. Because this side we have Tram and Temi. This side we have Yusuf, and I'm like Biggie, what's going on? But Biggie should be ready, because it looks like these housemates, the strategy is now about fornication. Actually, not even a relationship or something, because everything is giving fake. This thing is not going beyond, or it's not going anywhere. It is giving fornication just. Anyway, guys, let's dive into it. But this is where we get to tell everything in Big Brother's house. What you can do for me is please subscribe, hit the notification button, and let's do the like. Let's talk about all this. So Barry went upstairs and went to the first room, and he saw our Tram and Temi. He's like, okay, he will not settle. He then changed and went to the other room. That is when he found Yusuf and Bells. And guy was not settled. He decided to go downstairs and told who. He went and told those of Chimson Chuka, Bluethopia, and our Owen. And guys, today it is too much. Like literally, it feels like with Tram and Temi, this is the only thing they'll be doing every night, because it is not making sense. Just like I told you, to me it feels like by the time Tram or Temi leave this house, something would have gone on between the two of them. Like, yes, the only thing we're sure of is the fact that Tram knows that Temi is using him for the strategy. I hope also Temi knows that this guy is just using her for the strategy. I hope they're using both of them are using each other for the strategy, because we do not want to see any claims. And at this point, I don't want to see her claiming in the diary sessions or anywhere how she misses Kevo. Let's put that chapter to an end. For those shippers who wanted to ship them, please, let's close that chapter. Let's now put it to Tram and Temi, because these guys were too much. Tram and Temi, the kissing, this, then Tram's hand moving all over, because we were seeing literally. And I was like, this girl. So now, because I remember during the time she was talking about, her parents are watching, she cannot do something. So now, what happened? Did the parents stop watching, or did they inform her that she can go on with whatever she wants to go on with? Because it does not make sense, but it is what it is. If they feel like that is what they feel is comfortable with them, good. Or maybe Tram is helping her take her to bed, because that is the excuse she always uses. This time she does not have to complain to the other people, to the friends, to those of Kodesa Shiba, to help her take her to bed, because now Tram is available full service to provide all the service, like literally, so that this is now where they can share the kisses. What? I hope all goes well, like literally. That is all I can say. I hope both of them know they're using each other for the strategy and nothing more. So crossing now to our whole, crossing to Yusuf and Bells. Bells now is even up. She said, side by side is not enough. Let me get to the top. And I'm like, Big Brother, anytime soon. Bells and Yusuf were serious about whatever they were doing under the duvet, or the kissing and everything, because it was intense. I'm not gonna say it was intense. For with them, it gets intense all the time. I'm not gonna lie. And it was the way now she came downstairs. This was after Barry had told us who were downstairs. And when she went downstairs, and now Bluethopia said, they told me you were doing, and now you're this side. And it was the way she carried now Bluethopia to go and watch them do the kissing. And Bluethopia also carried herself to go and observe whatever was going on. This was Yusuf and Bells, and we had Bluethopia this side and Chimson Chuka this side. At this point I was like, what's wrong with this ship? Why can't they go do whatever they want to do with the others? Why are they now here to observe Yusuf and Bells? Because it wasn't making sense to me. It was giving Bluethopia. But anyway, Big Brother should wait anytime soon. And as they were doing as the Yusuf and Bells were doing Ricky has faced problems, guys. Ricky has suffered. Ricky has suffered. I think at some point that is why he's so desperate to be in a ship, because every night he's tortured by the neighbors. Is it why he's so desperate to be in a ship? But anyway, this night, these housemates were so intense. They were so serious about, you know, the activities under the duvet. That is what I can say. So now let's talk about Godessa and, you know, Araga. I don't like the way Araga now has to be assuring Godessa about how he likes her, how he feels about her. At this point, I was like, it feels like Araga has forgotten why he came to the house. It feels like he's now here for, you know, to give this Godessa girl assurances that all this and all the time, how he feels about her, all this. I'm like, dude, are you forgetting even why you are here? Like, literally. Because it is giving, if he cannot, like, change, you know, he'll be out. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not like, I don't like him. I do like him, but I want him to, you know, like, play the game correctly. Because I feel like Godessa is playing her game, whereas for him, he's just there, relaxed, in love. Talking about how he trusts Godessa, but then does Godessa trust Araga? But then is also Godessa someone to be trusted in that situation? Because they forget they're all here for the game, like, literally. I don't know why Araga has forgotten that he's here for the game. I literally don't know. Because we saw him he making his assurances, how he trusts, how he likes, and I'm like, dude, are you sure if they put Araga outside the room and leave Godessa will not throw Araga under the bus? That is something we need to, you know, I feel like Godessa will throw Araga under the bus if he's not there. Anyway, I don't know what you people think about all that, but then to me, I feel like she'll be fast at throwing him under the bus, because, you know, it is a game. Everybody says he's here with a game plan. If that is her game plan, it is definitely working. I'm not gonna lie, it is working for her. And anyway, guys, let's talk about Chimson Chuka and Oyin. Guys, Chimson Chuka and Oyin sat down and addressed their issue. You know, they've been having issues where Chimson Chuka had called, you know, Oyin a nuisance during that wager task preparations and all this. So they sat down and addressed it. And, you know, like, everybody addressed it, where Oyin said, oh, at some point she was joking, she wanted to move away, but they did not see it as a joking way. And Chimson Chuka told her that her face does not have that part of joking, because her face is always a serious one. Like, it is always a bitter face, a face that is always ready to fight, like, literally. And I like that Chimson Chuka was ready, like, he apologized to her. They ended things, and now they are, I hear, they're best friends. But then how long would this, you know, bestie or thing take without them, you know, having another back and forth or another argument? Because I think they will still have another argument. I don't know what you guys think, because, you know, these apologies, the problem with this house, people apologize, but then the apologies they don't feel genuine, like, literally. Because he was apologizing at the same time trying to pin some things, and I'm like, are you here to apologize, or are you here to remind this person? Because, you know, I feel like all the apologies in the house are not genuine. It's just like, let me just apologize, just, you know, they're not genuine. It is a thing of, I've wronged you, let me just, you know, just for just. It's not something from the bottom of their hearts. It is something, if you like, let me just apologize and, you know, take it away. Like, it is what it is. And now apparently they are bestie. I don't know how long it will take. I don't know what you guys think, but then to me, I don't know how long it will take, but if they are okay, we are okay. It is all and good. Anyway, leaving that aside, guys, I've seen you people ask me a lot of questions, and I am here to reply. I know I've not talked about some of them, but yes, it is what it is. You have the right to complain. Let's dive into them. Let me look at the questions you people said I did not talk about. First, we are going to talk about, I think, Ricky's question that read, which person in the house do you feel is secretly, like, jealous of the other? And this is where Ricky said Godessa was jealous of nature. What do I think about this Godessa being jealous of nature? I'm gonna say yes, it is true. Why do I say it is true? To me, I feel like Godessa wanted to be that fine girl, the only fine girl in the house. But then Nature was one of the fine girls. Actually, I think Nature was the finest girl in the house. And it did not sit right with Godessa. And for the fact that Godessa had something for Barry, because we had seen Godessa in the first week talk about how, oh, Barry is more than what he looks like. He feels like, and for the fact that Godessa wanted to have something with Barry, but then Barry was now drifting to Nature. it started sparking jealous vibes. It started sparking jealous vibes where they had a lot to say, like literally behind, her back. And this is when now Ebuka also came and put them on the light. And I think literally talking about the jealous part, I would say yes, it was correct. I think Ricky is one of the, of the people who will put you there, one of the people who will not care. But then again, I will still say, why Sheba was not friends with Neche, or it is also sparking something like, okay, he would have still said Sheba was jealous of Neche. Why? It is giving Sheba wanted to have something with Ricky, but then Ricky was drifting to Neche. That could also have been a correct answer, because after Neche leaving, or after now Ricky chasing Sheba, you can read the happiness on her face. Even when she says, oh, she does not like it, or nothing will happen, but you can still see what is going on. I don't know what you guys think about all this and that. But for me, that is what I think about the whole situation. So you people said I did not talk about Tram's questions. So Tram's question was, which people are cheating or in a relationship or friendship? I think I did talk about all that. But then this part of where they asked, which person do you think is using Tram for a strategy? And he mentioned Temi. Right now, I'm going to say with Temi, at first I thought it was more than a strategy. I thought it was a strategy, like literally. But then you cannot do the same thing the previous day. You do it today and you think I would think it is a strategy. At this point, it is giving, you're desperate. Like, that is how it is now giving. It is giving desperate vibes. I'm not gonna lie, because we saw Tram kiss, Tram kiss Temi the first time, then yesterday, then today. It is now getting beyond strategy and giving desperate vibes and giving you want to prove a point. That is what it is now giving to me, like literally. But Tram says, oh, he knows, Temi is using her for the strategy, but then she's enjoying, that part, and she's okay with it. I don't know what other questions do you guys want to highlight. I think I also Kevo's question, where Kevo asked, I think his question was, do you or which housemate? Which housemate or which person do you think is likely to betray their closest ally? And Kevo did not hesitate, he just mentioned Temi. And guys, we shall say yes, it did happen. Even when they weren't so close, this part where, and I don't like the way Temi goes around talking about, oh, they never had, deeper conversations. But did Temi have any deeper conversations, with the Tram? Like literally, I did not see them have any deeper conversation. So this excuse of deeper conversation, it shouldn't be an excuse of what she did. Anyway, Kevo talked about Temi and he was clear. Anyway guys, speaking about that, you can keep the questions coming. I'll still give you the answers. I think those are the questions you people wanted me to answer. Those are the ones you wanted me to talk about. Anyway, let me now talk about, Kevo, actually. So after this question and answer or the hot seat thing, we saw Kevo, Abby, and, Nomi trying to have a conversation in one of the rooms. I think it was the brew room. And so Kevo was telling them that he's okay. He said he's okay, or it is okay, but then Tim is trying to provoke him, but then he's not going to do anything. If he wants to talk to her, he can talk to her, but then he'll stand by his punishment. He's not doing anything. But then at this point, is even the punishment still working? Is the person on the punishment knowing that he's on she or she's on punishment, because it is not making sense. But if that is what he decides, well and good. But then let's talk about the reality. Is he okay? Like literally, I would say even when he says he's okay, yes, he may. It is 50-50. I'm not gonna lie, because we do not literally know how he feels. But I would say it is 50-50, because you cannot tell me someone you really liked just did something like that, but then this person is still in your face. It would be easy if they're in the real world and he does not have to see Temi again. But then being in the same space, trust me, you can never be the same. Even when we beat around the bush, we talk about, oh, he's okay, he's not okay. Okay, he's okay 50-50, but he's not okay. This will take me back to a conversation that was being held downstairs. I think it had Cassie, Soltex, Nomi, Oin, and a little bit of Chimson Chuka and others, a little bit of the others. And they were talking about how Kevo has not been himself, how he will cover everything up with a smile, but they can read by the eyes that he's not okay. Definitely, guys, let's be realistic. Even if Kevo tries to cover everything up, even if we say he's okay, even if we understand that he can be okay or this or that, at some point we need to give it, we need to give it a reality check. Like, he's not okay, like literally. Yes, he will be a man, he'll hold it, he'll be a man who he is. He will talk about, oh, the more Temi does that, the more he does not see her. But then the fact is, he's not okay. Because them being in the same space, you always look at this person and you remember what this person did to you, like literally, and it will literally piss you off, like it, like this or that. And I feel like all these conversations with the comforting himself, I feel like he's really comforting himself, but he's not okay. Like, and I feel like he does not want to show the other housemates that he's hurt, or he wants to be that strong person, but deep down he knows he's hurt, because it is, even when he talks about he's just disappointed, he's not hurt. Guy, the beginning of being hurt is the disappointment. It all starts with the disappointment. So if he says he's not hurt, like we all know in reality, let's do the reality check, like 50-50, like he's hurt, because he still see this person. At this part where he says, oh, Tram is his guy, I will say Tram is not his guy. Tram is not his guy. Just he will say, okay, guys will always be guys. He'll be like, hi, like literally, top surface conversations, but then there is nothing deep, like literally. Like, we all know he's hurt, like 50-50. Like, I'm not saying he's also hurt. He's hurt, but then he will still try to cover it up with everything possible. But it is what it is. It is a heartbreak. At this point, I will say he's nursing a heartbreak, even when he does not want to accept that it is a heartbreak. But it is what it is. I don't know what you guys think about the whole thing. But to me, I feel like Temi, it is now getting out of strategy, out of a game. It is now getting to desperacy, to being desperate and trying to prove a point. That is what it is giving to me at this point. But then if it is a game, well and good. She can still play her game the way she wants it. Anyway, guys, let's now talk about Oin. Guys, it was the way they were talking about Kevo, and Oin was ready. Guys, I feel like if we could ship Oin and Kevo, it would make sense, because Oin is always ready to defend Kevo at any one point. Because even when those of Cassie Down were talking about how he's not okay, how they stole his shoe or this, he was busy talking to them that you guys do not understand the shoe thing. I'm like, Oin. Guys, I don't know, but then I feel like literally Kevo should just shift the energy to Oin, and he can just play his game the right way. And trust me, I feel like it would be smoother. I feel like the game would be smoother than all this beating around the bush or this or that or that. I don't know what you guys think about Oin and Kevo, but then I feel like they could make a proper ship, because Kevo already told us that Oin likes him. Like, then let him also do something about the game, because it is the game at the end of the day. Let him, I think at least he could use Oin to get out of the heartbreak. That is how I feel about the whole situation. I don't know what you guys feel about the whole thing. Let's jot it down in the comment section so that we can know what is next. Anyway, leaving that aside, leaving Oin and whatever is going on aside, let's now talk about the way these housemates want to keep telling us about the past seasons. Big Brother, I don't know why, but then I feel like we are tired of this thing. At least if Big Brother could address it and tell them to please focus on their game, because it looks like these housemates want to play the game the previous housemates had. Because we saw them in the room, we saw, I think, Kevo, Bluethopia, Oin, and a little bit of those who were on the bed talking about the previous seasons. And I'm like, let them focus on this, what they have, like literally, because it feels now it is giving me this part of, okay, these housemates are not playing their own game, they are trying to play the previous housemates' games, because they feel like, okay, after what they watched from the season, they feel like if they play that game, maybe it will keep them in the house. But I feel like if they want to play the game, I'm not saying they shouldn't play the game, but then they shouldn't now start having conversations about the previous, housemates. I feel like they are here to leave their own mark, but then now they, instead of doing leaving their own mark, they are now having conversations about the previous housemates. Like, it doesn't make sense, like literally. And also this part where they keep talking about what we viewers, our opinions of we the viewers. At this point, it feels like these housemates want to be the viewers themselves, like literally. They want to be the housemates at the same time the viewers. And it doesn't make sense. It feels like some of them are holding back because of what they think. Like, I feel like Big Brother should tell them, like, they are not allowed to have, those conversations about with the viewers, or maybe talk about the previous housemates. I think that rule was there. I don't know if it was removed, because these housemates, are over talking. Like, they will not, like, a day will not go without them talking about, a previous housemate in the previous seasons, and it doesn't make sense to me. Like, you're here to make your own mark. Why are you now focusing on a housemate of a previous season that left his mark? I feel like those people left their marks. That is why they are able to be remembered. Then let these housemates also leave their own mark so that they can be remembered. Because we cannot have a season. Now, in between the season, we are having a previous season. That is how it feels like literally. I don't know what you people think, but then to me, that is what it feels like. I feel like these housemates should focus on their game. They should show themselves and, like, focus on themselves and what they are going to live, or what they are here to present. What is their craft, instead of them now focusing on the previous housemates. Like, I feel like Big Brother should address it, because it is literally too much. I don't know what you guys, think about the whole this situation and all this and all that. But then to me, that is how I feel about the whole thing. Otherwise, guys, let me know your opinions in the comment section about everything that is going on. Bells and Yusuf, oh my god. Temi and Tram, is it a strategy? Is it going beyond a strategy? Who is using the other? Because it doesn't make sense. Anyway, let me know what you think in the comment section about the whole thing, and we can see where to build it up from. Otherwise, guys, thanks for watching. I love you so much. Bye.